On November 30th, 2013, Paul Walker attended a charity event in Valencia, California for his organization Reach Out Worldwide, which was raising funds for victims of Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. The day seemed ordinary. Walker mingled with fans, signed autographs, and helped showcase high-performance cars. As he prepared to leave, he turned to his friend Jim Torp and said his final words. "Hey, I'll be back in 5 minutes." Those casual words, spoken with his signature, easygoing charm, would haunt those who heard them. Walker climbed into the passenger seat of a red 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, a supercar known for its raw power and tricky handling. Behind the wheel was his close friend and business partner Roger Rodas, a professional racer and the CEO of their shared auto shop, Always Evolving. The two were heading out for what was meant to be a quick spin, perhaps to test the car's limits or just enjoy the thrill that Walker loved so much. But on Hercules Street, in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, Rodas pushed the Porsche to speeds estimated between 80 and 90. 3 miles per hour. As they approached a sharp curve, control was lost. The car slammed into a concrete lamppost, then careened into 2 trees, bursting into flames upon impact. Both men died instantly from the combined trauma of the crash and the ensuing fire. Investigations later ruled out drugs, alcohol, or mechanical failure, blaming excessive speed and possibly aged tires. It was a devastating irony for Walker, whose on-screen persona was defined by high-octane chases, but whose real-life passion for cars ended in tragedy at just 40 years old. Walker's sudden death shocked the world, but to understand the man behind the headlines, we have to go back to his beginnings. Born Paul William Walker IV on September 12, 1973, in Glendale, California, he grew up in a tight-knit Mormon family in the Sunland Tujunga area of Los Angeles. His mother, Cheryl, was a fashion model, while his father, Paul William Walker III, worked as a sewer contractor and had a background as a 2-time Golden Gloves champion boxer. Adventure ran in the blood. His paternal grandfather, Irish Billy Walker, was a professional boxer, and another relative raced factory cars for Ford in the 1960s. Paul was the eldest of 5 siblings, sisters Amy and Ashley, and brothers Caleb and Cody, the latter of whom would later step in to help complete his unfinished work. From a young age, Walker was thrust into the spotlight. At just 2 years old, he appeared in a Pampers diaper commercial, kicking off a childhood filled with modeling gigs and early acting roles. By 1984, he landed his first TV spot in a CBS school break special episode titled Love in the Dark Ages, followed by guest appearances on shows like Highway to Heaven, where he played a young boy dealing with serious themes. His breakthrough as a child actor came at age 12 when he joined the cast of the sitcom Throb, playing Jeremy Beatty alongside stars like Jane Leeves, future Frasier alum, and Diana Canova. The show, set in the new wave music scene, ran for 2 seasons, but Walker wisely exited after the first, sensing it wasn't his path to stardom. Throughout his teens, Walker balanced acting with education, graduating from Village Christian School in 1991 and later studying marine biology at community colleges in Southern California, a passion that would resurface later in life. He continued popping up on TV, including stints on Charles in Charge, Who's the Boss, and a memorable role as Brandon Collins on the soap opera The Young and Restless in 1993, earning a nomination for Outstanding Newcomer at the Soap Opera Digest Awards. His final TV game show appearance was on I'm Telling in 1988 with his sister Ashley. Transitioning to film, Walker's early big-screen efforts were quirky and low-budget. He debuted in the 1986 horror comedy Monster in the Closet, essentially a spoof about a creature hiding in wardrobes. That same year, he appeared in Programmed to Kill, also known as The Retaliator. In 1994, he starred opposite a young Denise Richards in Tammy and the T-Rex, a bizarre comedy horror about a boy's brain transplanted into a dinosaur. The film was shot in just 2 weeks due to limited access to the animatronic T-Rex, and its original R-rated gore was toned down for release, though fans can now seek out the uncut version, the gore cut. By the late 1990s, Walker's career gained traction with bigger projects. In 1998, he led the Disney comedy Meet the Deedles, co-starring Steve Van Wormer and featuring Dennis Hopper, but it bombed, losing the studio around $20 million. Undeterred, he took a supporting role in the critically acclaimed Pleasantville alongside Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon, playing a high school jock in a black-and-white world turning to color. This led to more teen-oriented hits, Varsity Blues, 1999, where he played an injured quarterback and, ironically, broke his own leg during filming, becoming a cult classic despite mixed reviews. She's All That, 1999, a rom-com with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook that grossed big but overshadowed Walker's supporting part, and The Skulls, 2000, a thriller with Joshua Jackson that drew audiences but flopped with critics. Walker's life off-screen was evolving too. In 1998, his long-term girlfriend, Rebecca Soteros, also known as Rebecca McBrain, gave birth to their daughter, Meadow Rain Walker. The couple's relationship was on and off, and Walker admitted to his mother he was terrified of fatherhood, fearing he wouldn't measure up. Meadow initially lived with her mother in Hawaii before moving in with Walker in California around 2011. Walker embraced fatherhood deeply, and his Fast and Furious co-star Vin Diesel became Meadow's godfather. It was around this time that Walker's big break arrived. Director Rob Cohen, fresh from The Skulls, asked Walker about his dream action film. He pitched a blend of Donnie Brasco, undercover cop in the Mafia, and Days of Thunder, racing drama. Cohen handed him a Vibe magazine article on New York's underground street racing, birthing The Fast and the Furious, 2001. Walker wasn't first choice. Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale, and Eminem passed, but he landed Brian O'Connor opposite Vin Diesel's Dom Toretto. Timothy Olyphant dismissed the script as stupid, but Diesel signed on after tweaks. The film's bromance clicked, earning them an MTV Movie Award for Best On-Screen Team, and off-screen, Walker and Diesel became like brothers. Diesel later named his daughter Pauline in Walker's honor. The franchise exploded, but Walker diversified. He starred in the thriller Joy Ride, 2001, a critical hit, Timeline, 2003, with Gerard Butler, a Michael Crichton adaptation that bombed so badly Crichton swore off future adaptations, Too Fast, Too Furious, 2003, sans Diesel, which opened huge despite lukewarm reviews, Into the Blue, 2005, with Jessica Alba, featuring real shark swims. Walker declined strapping fish to himself for authenticity, but flopped at the box office, and Running Scared, 2006, a gritty crime thriller. Seeking depth, Walker joined Clint Eastwood's Flags of Our Fathers, 2006, portraying a World War II soldier in the Iwo Jima story. It earned Oscar nods but underperformed. He found success with 8 Below, 2006, a heartfelt tale of sled dogs in Antarctica, sharing the spotlight with adorable Malamutes and Huskies for solid reviews and box office returns. Walker also pursued producing The Death and Life of Bobby Z, 2007, which he starred in and went straight to video, Vehicle 19, 2013, a South African thriller he executive produced, and Pawn Shop Chronicles, 2013. In 2012, he founded Laguna Ridge Pictures with a Universal deal. Returning to the franchise, Fast and Furious 2009 reunited him with Diesel, revitalizing the series. Fast 5, 2011 shifted to heists with Dwayne Johnson joining, earning raves. Fast and Furious 6, 2013 won Walker and Diesel another MTV Best Duo Award, with the trio, including Johnson, snagging Teen Choice Best Chemistry. Beyond acting, Walker was multifaceted. A brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, posthumously awarded black belt, he loved cars, owning a 30-vehicle collection auctioned for $2.33 million in 2020. His marine biology interest led to starring in National Geographic's Sharkmen 2010, tagging great whites off Mexico. He served on the Billfish Foundation board from 2006.
And when they came back, I was in my pajamas in the kitchen.
He said, "Oh, there's an event that I'm supposed to go to. This is toy drive."
The impact.
With Rodas, he founded Reach Out Worldwide in 2010 after Haiti's earthquake, deploying aid to disasters worldwide. Walker's romantic life was private but controversial. After Soteros, he dated Aubriana Atwell at 16, he was older, and at his death lived with Jasmine Pilchard Gosnell, whom he met when she was 16 and he 33. The age of consent in California is 18, sparking debates fans often sidestep to focus on his positives. Post-death, lawsuits followed. Walker's father sued Rodas's estate over shared cars. Meadow sued Porsche, settling for $10.1 million in 2016, blaming design flaws. Porsche countered with reckless driving claims. Walker was cremated and buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park. His estate, worth $16 to $25 million, went to 15-year-old Meadow, who chose to live with her mother despite addiction concerns. Furious 7 2015, 85% complete at his death, used CGI, archive footage, and his brothers, Caleb and Cody, as stand-ins, grossing $1.5 billion with an 82% Rotten Tomatoes score. It ended with a tearful tribute for Paul, set to See You Again. Posthumous films included Hours, 2013, and Brick Mansions, 2014. He received a 2023 Hollywood Walk of Fame star and a 2015 Teen Choice Award. The franchise continued honoring him. Archive footage in Fast X 2023, a CGI cameo in F9 2021. In June 2025, at Fuel Fest, co-founded by Cody Walker, Vin Diesel announced the final film, Fast X Part 2, set for April 2027, would return to LA, emphasize street racing, and reunite Dom and Brian O'Connor, likely via CGI and family involvement. The 2018 documentary, I Am Paul Walker, captured his essence. Paul Walker's legacy endures, not just as the blue-eyed racer from Fast and Furious, but as a devoted dad, philanthropist, and thrill-seeker whose life, though cut short, inspired millions. If this deep dive resonated, like and subscribe for more stories of timeless icons. Thanks for joining. See you next time.